In this lesson, we will be studying the respiratory system in humans. A respiratory system in man consists of air passageways and lungs. Air passageways in turn consist of nostrils, nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar ducts, and ultimately alveolar sacs. So air enters the nasal cavity through the nostrils, and it has three air passageways, as we can see: superior, middle, and inferior. And nasal cavity is actually a hollow space behind the nose through which the air flows. And it also consists of a mucous membrane, and it is actually thin tissue that lines the nose, and it warms and moistens the air you breathe in, and it also makes the sticky mucus that helps clean that air of dust and other small particles. And then after that, there is pharynx present, and then there is larynx after the pharynx. Actually, food that enters the pharynx is preventing from entering the nasal cavity by elevation of the soft palate, and is preventing from entering the larynx and trachea of the respiratory system by elevation of the larynx against the epiglottis. Food that doesn't enter the larynx, which is partially open, and it may obstruct breathing because the epiglottis diverts the food to one side of the opening and safely down the esophagus. So food is prevented from being entered to this respiratory system, and air after entering through the nose or nostrils enters the larynx, and after larynx it is passed on to the trachea, which is also called as windpipe, and it consists of C-shaped cartilages, and it keeps the structure of the trachea erect. And after the trachea, it is divided into bronchi actually. You can see here the bronchi. In bronchi, these cartilaginous are rings which were C-shaped in trachea. These are replaced by irregular cartilaginous plates. And in case of bronchioles, they lack cartilages, and instead of these cartilage, they have solely the muscles only. And air after passing from the bronchia to the bronchioles are divided and subdivided into bronchioles, and then subsequently into alveoli, and alveoli then consist of a number of air sacs. These are the functional unit of lungs, and they are involved in the gaseous exchange. You can see in this figure that carbon dioxide is coming out through the bloodstream to the alveoli, which then goes out through the lungs to the outside of the respiratory tract via mouth. And you can see here the air, the oxygen is being put on, or the blood is being aerated by oxygen via this alveoli. So now you can see that there is a floor of this whole structure, which is known as diaphragm. It actually, the lungs are contained within chest cavity, and it consists of ribs and muscles on the side, and floor, which is also consists of muscles, and these muscles are skeletal muscles, and this structure or floor is called as diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. And then you can see in this diagram that lungs are protected by a double membrane structure, which is known as pleura. You can see the visceral pleura and parietal pleura. So this was all about the respiratory system in man.